And good evening to Instagram as well. There's that always awkward pause each night where I sit here like this and just go with the face. First things first. Actually, let me. Actually, I might just rest my. I realise I've got my TerraCore in shot here, so bear with me while I just remove the TerraCore. Hold on, my lovelies. I didn't realise it was going to be in shot. Okay, that's better. I'm back. All right. Now that's on the wonk. Okay. Ooh, that's my exercise for tonight. All right, that'll do. Okay, so look, I've got a tooth. I can smile again. For those of you that are regular viewers here, you'll know that I've been toothless for a couple of months now. More than just the aesthetic, cosmetic aspect of having a cap crown fall out is that I've been lisping. So I hope it improves the tonality of the voice. I hope I lisp less now. But I did it myself. I opted to not go to the dentist. The cost of a new cap was over a monkey. In the UK here, monkey is slang for £500 or half a bag of sand. A bag of sand is £1,000 and therefore half a bag is a monkey. A small ape, if you will, but at 500 plus quid, I thought, no, I don't have that sort of surplus cash lying around, and opted for the £5.99 solution, which is to go to Boots, or a Superdrug actually, and buy some tooth cement, a repair kit, so I can actually smile. I've never been much of a toothy smiler. I do like the idea one day of, spending 30k on some proper porcelain veneers, having that Hollywood smile. But I've actually just realised, looking at this on camera, the cap is actually whiter than my own. But there it is. It's there. Did it myself. That's why it's, Anyway, I digress. Welcome to TrueHouse. I am Justin House. Tonight is episode 448 on transhumanism and the singularity, and the fact that we've got the tech elite, the likes of Zuckerberg and Kurzweil et al., Bezos and Musk, who are planning to evolve the human form. How much of this is like an episode of Black Mirror? Quite a lot. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the acronym DUMB, D-U-M-B, yeah, make your jokes now, yes I am, Deep Underground Military Bases. So that's what DUMBs are, Deep Underground Military Bases. These have been around for decades, certainly since the 60s, 70s and 80s. I would say the mining of DUMBs, the physical digging of deep underground military bases, was heightened during the certainly when I was a teenager, and I was very panicked about nuclear war. The sort of Reagan, Thatcher, Gorbachev triangle. So Gorbachev was obviously the Russian president, and our UK Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher, the Iron Lady, aka the Iron Lady, and in America, Ronnie Reagan. So it feels weird having this tooth back in my mouth. Anyway, that's when we saw silos. And even, I've spoken about it before on this live stream, even locally to me here in Dorset, where I live, the sort of south coast of England where I'm based, literally up the road from me. I do mean up the road, sort of 45, 60 minutes up the road, is a place called Newbury, and Newbury housed, or still has, Greenham Common, and Greenham Common is where the nuclear silos are. And you saw Blackbird SR-71 and the F-117A, the Nighthawks there. So we're talking B-2 stealth bombers, nuclear silos, and the fact that nukes were housed there, much to the protestation of activists, Greenham Common protesters in the 80s when I was a teenager. This was heightened, and of course the association with the nuclear arms race and deep underground military bases. So there's certainly an era of these military bases where basically the idea is, guys, that the quote unquote the global elite will retreat underground if there is a time of global reckoning. Now, I don't even think it's mildly conspiratorial. I don't need to reach for my, the whole tin foil hat thing, the whole, let me don my, conspiracy cap. It's not even a reach anymore to suggest. Do you know what? I've just been realised I've just been talking. I'm not even engaging my beloved microphone. Might help if I actually just get the volume up on this a little bit. I felt a bit naked. I felt, what am I doing? Anyway. Garage band. Are we going? And yay, we're okay, apparently. Wow, okay, it's working. So, yeah, look, the A, B, C. Okay, cool. So the reason I spoke about deep underground military bases first was just to really work this conversation tonight from the ground up. Suffice to say that a lot of you might have heard of the, gosh, what are they called? The Georgia Stones? Let me Google this. Let me do a little bit of, little bit of Justin work on the old iPad here. Here we go. Okay, the Georgia Stones. So look, Wikipedia. Now, as rumour has it, but it's more than rumour because these are on stones that exist. God, my eyesight is appalling. We're talking monoliths here, these monolithic structures, these vertical stones, of which there are 3, I believe. Yes, how many are there? Okay, it's I'm just gonna, yeah. It's a little bit Stonehenge-ish, guys. This is all related to where I'm going tonight with transhumanism and singularity. I'll give you a definition for that as well. Look, let me just if I said to you, how surprised would you be to know that there's I think he's 73, 74, a chap called Ray Kurzweil, Kurzweil, I believe. Ray Kurzweil, he works for Google. Got to be careful how I say it. It will set off these devices, but he works for Google. And not only does he just work for them, oh, okay, well, lots of people work for that company, Justin. I hear you. Any doubters would say that to me. That would be the sort of pushback. Well, so what? Many people work for Google. Well, he's the head of engineering. So engineering is machine learning, artificial intelligence, and the furtherment, the betterment of the integration of, it's a little bit Skynet, isn't it? Of let me take my hat off because I'm hot. The introduction, and you've only got to look to Elon Musk for this, guys, of well, hardware, if you like, hardware, chips, you know, into us. Elon himself is publicly saying that Neuralink, and most of you will have heard of Neuralink, the essentially the chipset. So much of this is like you know, think about my obsession with smart slabs. You guys know how into my smartphones I am. You know, like I was looking at the Tensor chip in my Pixel 6 Pro, well, not looking at it, but reading about it, shall I say. And of course, in 60 days, we're going to see the new S22 Ultra, which of course I'll go for, by Sammy. And now it's got this new, I think it's called 8th generation, Gen 1. This new chip, you know, the new, very much bigger, stronger, faster. Well, or should I say smaller, stronger, faster, isn't it? The successor to the current Snapdragon 888 and 888 Plus that are in phones like my recently outgoing S21 Ultra. So I just, you know, there is no let up. Let me say that. There is no hitting the brakes. There doesn't seem to be on the horizon anytime soon. You can forget about, you know, cessation. You can forget about, you know, just whoa there, you know, just pump the brakes. You know, we hear these expressions all the time, don't we? Oh, easy, pump the brakes, you know, careful, because we've all seen Terminator and Skynet, and AI might just take over, man. You know, that's a very popular argument, isn't it? Quite the sort of knee-jerk sort of scare tactics is to say in this type of conversation, you know, easy, you know, before you know it, the robots will be killing us, mate. And I think that's a little bit of a push. I really do. I mean, even if I go into just in full-on geek mode, you know, again, put my conspiracy hats on and say, wow, yeah, this is going to be some, you know, evil sort of takeover, where through machine learning, the adaptation of machine learning and artificial intelligence, and of course you've been able to look at the likes of Beastberg himself, Mark of the Beast, Zuckerberg, you know, and this Meta now, this Facebook nonsense, which I think is, to my mind, is just utterly hilarious. I think it's a huge swing and a miss. I'm sure any coder would say, well, you're wrong, Justin, it's actually, you know, getting quite close to the so-called singularity. And to my understanding, that, you know, I know I'm throwing more into the mix here, but to my understanding, you know, the singularity is just that, is a recognition of a new mode of living where just, again, what are we going to be left with? If we're going to look at this, even in an incremental fashion, and just go, well, let's just be conservative, let's just, again, air quotes, pump the brakes. The Georgia Stones talk about this. Other people far more qualified than me talk about this. And what's my overarching point? What's the overriding issue here? Selective favoritism and really a gathering or a sieving out, a weeding out of undesirables to the point where everyone else will be neglected and die, quite frankly, if you don't play ball. And what do I mean by play ball? God, it goes political, doesn't it? So I'm just literally having words with myself on the fly. I'm not curating this at all. Thinking out loud, talking out loud. I mean, look, guys, I know this is a bit off off topic, but it's related to, because I've literally, I mean, part of the reason why I was late starting the stream tonight is that I was putting the cement in this tooth and jamming, it's not too bad actually, jamming this tooth back on the old peg that lay beneath. And watching Crowder, Stephen Crowder. Now you probably know Stephen Crowder is a Canadian / American, very sort of popular podcaster, political comedy show, streamer, whatever. Does this but with a whole team, and is very professional. He had he had Carl Rittenhouse on, and I was watching. I'm very keen to watch and listen to young Carl Rittenhouse, and I personally like the lad a great deal. I'm very much in support of him. But the reason why I mention him is because Kyle Rittenhouse himself and Stephen Crowder mentioned agenda, and we know the agenda of these people, of these players. I appreciate what I'm loosely attempting tonight to offer up in terms of a thinking, talking points, and just typically as I do, just kind of blurt things out on the mic and hope just for the best. But it all, whether we're talking Georgia Guidestones or just the fact that these deep underground military bases exist, and there is a push towards a culling, really. I actually said this to one or two close friends when this COVID thing began. What did I just say? Gosh, did a nod out, didn't I? Shoot, I hate that when I just float off. Oh, this is so typical of me. Well, I feel tonight's going to be very flawed, very marred by a not a great performance on my part, where I'm literally just like zoning off in my speech. But look, I know I'm throwing in a YouTuber like Stephen Crowder into this, but what I'm saying is there's many examples on a daily basis of a feeling, an agenda, a narrative that is not held by people like myself or anyone remotely into what I call being central, being balanced, being centrist, being, dare I say it, whisper it, conservative. But all these, well, hell, I'll, do you know what? While I'm on it, I'll mention, because it is related to the singularity, which, for want of a better expression, is a realization, a coming together, a collection of minds and ideas and opinions and policies, and where, I don't, gosh, Justin, it's too big. You've bitten off more than you can chew tonight, mate. Look, Rogan had Matt Taibbi on a day or two ago. Now, Matt Taibbi is a really good message from Dawn. Matt Taibbi had a really good. Well, he is. Matt Taibbi is a real journalist, and it's encouraging to see. It's encouraging to see Rogan. Rogan's always been very pro. He's been an advocate for truth. This is why I am absolutely sure-footed on my mission. So look, no matter what I say, I appreciate that there's many aspects of these live streams where criticism could be leveled at me in terms of presentation and how I speak, and I might paint myself into a corner, etc. I might get things factually incorrect, etc., etc. But I won't lie. I won't sodding lie. I it's weird. I think there's enough of us, and when I say us, I mean minds that are not fully paid up members of the cult, and the cult is the people that love martyrdom, that love what I call the simulacrum, with purely performative politics here, people that obey, through acquiescence, that that they're complicit and just it's weird. Look, I've gotten off the beaten track. I know I'm tired. I've gotten off the beaten track. But the reason why I chuck up names like Crowder and Rogan and the conversations they have is because it helps me to feel less imbecilic. It helps me to believe that I am thinking straight, because I don't subscribe to censorship and suppression, and that's not playing oppression Olympics and how hard done by you are. People. That's one thing I can't stand is you think about the stoical generation. Obviously my parents are dead, but my father's generation and his father's generation, there's greater stoicism across the board, and now of course victim culture is encouraged. Hell, it's positively taught. I don't know. Look, you can get down to the crux of it and say, well, what's the story, Justin? What's the narrative? What's the end goal here? Get to the bloody point, mate. Get to the apex of the argument. Well, the apex of the argument is that there's enough people in positions of power. If we're doing the explanatory bit, I'm just going to look here at it's 500. Here we go. Maintain humanity under 500 million. So it's under $500 million. So bear in mind the current, the current sort of population is what, 7 to 8 billion, destined for 10 billion soon, and the goal is to maintain under $500 million. That's a lot of culling. Just looking here at the 10 points, the inscriptions of the Georgia Guidestones. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. That's interesting. Think about what that truly means, in perpetual balance with nature. Even if we go under $500 million, give or take, 100 people say, that would mean the slaying of, or the recreating of, so quick, just so much that whiffs, doesn't it? How do you keep, you'd have to off some people, wouldn't you? You'd have to get the birth rate. Think about this. If you wanted to keep the global population to around 500 million, even, let's say, give or take, hey, you know what? Give or take 1,000, let's be generous. That means offing some people and making sure the rate of reproduction is just so. Perpetual balance of nature. Guide reproduction wisely. There you go, that's a good segue, isn't it? That's not a non sequitur, that's a good segue. Improve fitness and diversity. Unite humanity with a living new language. Wow, it's crazy. So going towards the singularity, that gives no room for nuance, doesn't give any room for many languages. That's one language. I wonder what that'll be. Answers on a postcard, please. Rule passion, dash faith, dash tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Number 5, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Number 6, let all nations rule internally, resolving gone. Backtrack. Do forgive me. Sorry, I am beyond tired. It happens. It happens. Let all nations rule internally. It should be a comma after rule. Rule dash or comma, colon if you like. Internally resolving external disputes in a world court. Come on, this is very much. Come on, this is really. What's his name? Klaus Schwab, isn't it? Really, Klaus Schwab. It's tired, nodding off. God, so much for my I wanted to not necessarily prove, but certainly discuss and dissect and demonstrably prove that, the fans of transhumanism are working towards their singularity. The Beastberg and the Dorseys and the Cooks of this world. So tired. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in the world court. Done that one. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. This is actually quite hilarious. Balance personal rights with social duties. Welcome to the gulag. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. Lastly, be not a cancer on earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. Interesting. Number 10. Number 10 is very telling. Guys, this is dangerous actually, because it's not. God, I'm going to have to go because I've just crashed tonight. I think this is a combination of me. Well, I know what it is. I had a terrible night, and I've just my blood sugars are off today. No, the reason I mention the Georgia Guidestones is because it's about population control. Population control is, let me try and at least patch this disastrous stream up. I do apologise. Yeah, tonight is one big suck. I gotta say, I'm not at all pleased with myself tonight. Maybe it was the tooth repair. I don't know. Does this stream even deserve to go out? The idea is, though, that I do this TrueHouse thing. I've told you it's for cathartic reasons, and I've told you that it's, got to call myself out with the truth. It's like, well, you did a shit one, you did a shit one, mate. Don't delete it. Just let them see it. Let them see it. Gone. Tired. Excuse me. So look, we're talking about very, very intelligent people with access to an absurd amount of money, not the millions, but the billions, okay? And that's a bit of a Bernie Sanders approach. Millionaires, the billionaires. But look, I personally quite like Musk, but Musk's Neuralink next year, I think he said fall 2022. That's our autumn, I believe, isn't it? If you've got Neuralink coming, like imminently, coupled with the likes and the dick measuring contest between, Branson and Bezos and Musk, the race to the moon, it is. That's why I had to go there, and I have to mention this. I know, I've got to stop beating myself up. It's just, it is what it is. Bit of a shitty one tonight, but might have to be a TBC to be continued. What is that? Half an hour of me going off. Yeah. Understand this, guys. Understand that, again, and I know I'm repeating myself, I know I'm essentially labouring the point like a broken bloody record, but it's not a push, it's not conspiratorial anymore to suggest what I'm suggesting. And I'm simply saying there's enough wealth and there's enough collective mindsets who don't like the masses, they don't like Gen Pop, they just drifting out. Just bear in mind, Justin, tired face, just bear in mind oh, I'm going to hit delete. I really think I'm going to hit delete. Look, just bear in mind, guys, that there's enough impetus, there's enough clout, there's enough cash, enough players, enough egos with access. Think of the Black Mirror episodes. Think of Stephen King's Lawnmower Man. Think of transhumanism as what the word suggests, okay? Think about uploading your personality to something that isn't flesh and blood and skeleton. Think about the future. Think about these people. They want one thing and they want immortality. It's no secret. It's no secret that, you know, Zuckerberg and friends want to live forever. You know, you've got to remember their egos are colossal. But on that note, I'm going to go. I'm going to go and get my head down and just do better tomorrow. I mean, well, I might have to call for one tomorrow because I know it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but it's I feel this was sketchy as hell and needs to be repeated properly. Anyway, look, I'm gonna say good night. I'll be back probably tomorrow, same time, same place, same face. All right, thanks for this one again. Sorry it's been a bit lackluster. Cheers.